Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Instead of saying YouTube channel, I want to start saying YouTube Chanel. It just sounds more elegant, more glamorous. I'm a glitzy gal. Speaking of Chanel, Chanel loves to put ads on my videos. And I don't know if it has something to do with the holiday season or conspiracy theory. The owner of Chanel is trans. And they have a bias for me because they are hooking me up with the coin. Who knows? We'll have to figure it out. By the way, Leighton sent me a video today that was very comical. There's literally this guy, and I've seen videos like this before, so I know he's not the only one. There are YouTubers. Imagine, okay, me. I'm just like a crazy YouTuber. I do comedy, I do whatever the fuck I want. Then there's beauty gurus, then there's lifestyle channels, there's so many other types. Imagine being a YouTuber who makes videos trying to convince people that every celebrity is trans. That is a thing. I think it's what? Transpiracy, something like that. I don't know, but they're out there. There are literally YouTube channels of people, it's usually men, by the way, trying to convince people that like celebrities are trans. Like this one in particular was about Sierra and Future, and they were showing a picture of Sierra and she just had she had an exposed shoulder dress moment. You know, her shoulders were out. They didn't look broad or anything. They just looked like normal shoulders from a normal human. He's like, look at the shoulders on that one. Obviously a man. Like, what? Okay, I told Leighton, I tried to explain it to him. Imagine this, like, you know this is what happened to these people who create these YouTube videos. Imagine you get your dick sucked by a tranny, and you didn't know it was a tranny, and then you found out later, and you're so insecure that you loved it so much that you now spend your whole entire life dedicated to making YouTube videos trying to find secret trans people. Just imagine that. Like, imagine being that person, having the mental capacity, or I guess lack thereof, to dedicate your life to that. Just the food for thought. Vlogmas day 13, food for thought. Take it in, digest it. It's a lot to handle. So, I have a lot planned for tonight. I have a lot of exciting things. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to talk about something really quick that might be a little boring, but, you know, honestly, you'll probably enjoy it. I don't want to steer you away and make you skip to the next part of the video. Don't skip. I'm watching. Don't skip. I said it was going to be boring, trying to be quirky. It's not actually going to be boring. I think you'll like to hear it. So, don't skip. I'm watching. Second part, I have a story time. This is going to be the funniest story time I've ever told on my channel. Okay? It's a bold claim, and I know I'm setting myself up for failure. I know I'm setting myself up for the comments, well, this one you did a year and a half ago was way funnier than this one, or we liked the one you did 3 months ago. This one was trash. I'm telling you that I think this is the funniest story time I've ever told on my channel. So that's going to be later in the video, part 2. Then part 3, I've got a Christmas montage planned for you. Yes, I do. It is December 13th, and the tree is not up. Leighton and I were off together on Tuesday, and I told him, hey, this would be the perfect time for us to put the tree up together, because I wanted to have a cute boyfriend-girlfriend moment. I wanted us to, you know, christen the house, Christmas the house, put the tree up, have a cute moment, have some holiday music playing in the background, maybe give him a blowjob by the tree after we put it up. It didn't happen, and this happened last year. Last year, we didn't even put the tree up at all. Partly because I was so depressed that I gave up on Vlogmas that I just stayed in bed the whole month of December. But this December's different. I'm in my prime. I'm in manic mode, baby, and I can't be stopped. So, Leighton didn't want to put up the tree. Well, baby, if you're watching this, I'm doing it for you. So you better make me come later. Just kidding. I would never expect something out of someone for doing something for them. I think that's the most cringy thing ever. But Leighton, if you want to make me come, I don't mind. So I'll be putting up the tree. We'll have a cute little montage moment. Maybe play some royalty-free Jingle Bell music in the background. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cute. I am doing Vlogmas this year. If you haven't already noticed, we're 13 days in. If you haven't noticed, I'm actually concerned for you and your mental health. Go to the doctor. There's something wrong. However, most of you do know. So Vlogmas has been exciting. It's been fun. I've loved making videos every single day. I was very stressed in the beginning. I had to one-up myself. Well, I guess not one-up myself, just up myself at all, because last year, like I said, I gave up. So it was a little stressful in the beginning. I was kind of convincing myself that I wasn't going to do it. I have a secret for you. Day 3, I almost quit. And you know what happened last year? Day 3, I quit. See how you can just let things from your past linger in and creep in and give you so much doubt and so much doubt and just so much negativity. But I shut it out. I said, you know what? I'm not about to look like a fool. So here we are. I am doing Vlogmas. So that's going to last from the 1st to the 25th. 25th is going to be the last day of Vlogmas. It's Christmas. It's going to be a cute video. I don't want to spoil it yet, but just know that the last day of Vlogmas it'll tie everything together. It'll be cute and it'll be fun. After Vlogmas happens, I am going to be taking a break. So I am going to be gone from the 26th until the 31st. I'm going to be taking those days off to relax and rejuvenate and sleep and do whatever I want. And then I will be coming back on the 1st. So I'll be back on the 1st of January after Vlogmas is over. Gonna take a break, but what I wanted to talk about while I'm gone, I have work that I have to do. I'm not going to be making videos or being on social media during that time, but I do have work that I need to do. I want to make a new channel banner. The one I have right now is old. We've been growing. It's time to expand and it's time to elevate my game because things are only looking up from here. That was another fart, but that one was silent. But you know what that means? It's going to smell the worst. So I don't know why I do this to myself every time. It's whatever was in me yesterday is back today, and I think the end of it has come, but the end is always the worst. I also went to McDonald's because I needed a fat Diet Coke. Did you know right now that any size soft drink at McDonald's is $1? Can you believe it? I literally paid for this with coins in my glove box, so if you've got some coins saved up and you don't know what to spend it on, you can get a large Coke or whatever you want, water if you're that, for $1. So, pretty neat, pretty snazzy. Back to what I was saying. I want to change my vibe. I'm going to mix it up for the new year. I don't want to give too many spoilers or anything, but like I said, I want to make a new channel banner. I want to make a really cool intro for all of my videos, like something that really get you revved up, something that really just really get you going. So there's going to be a new intro for my videos. I'm going to be working on my Patreon outro for my videos, which has been going great, by the way. Thank you to everyone who's pledged to my Patreon. It means so much, and the support is definitely going to help a lot. So you're the coolest. I am just going to be spicing things up. You know, YouTube, it has phases. There's ups and downs, but guess what? It's always going to be here, and so am I. As long as this platform is around, I'll be on it. Who knows what I'll be doing in 2 years? I might be doing cooking videos. I might be doing cleaning videos. I could be doing bobsled building. I could be doing bobsled building tutorials. I don't know. I could be doing DIYs, like how to turn a hockey puck into a butt plug. You never know what the future has for me. I don't know, because I can tell you this much. 3 years ago, if you would have told me I would be doing this, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd have been like, you're silly, get out of my face. Basically, what all of that meant is just, I'm going to be spicing things up. So you're going to come back, things are going to look different. But guess what? I'm still going to be the same because I'm 22. However, I feel like a 50-year-old woman. So I don't think I have that much growing personally wise to do. So I feel like what I have now is what you're always going to get. Who knows? Maybe one day I will get on bipolar medication to stop my mania. But until then, this is what you've got. Let's get into the story time. Now, I said earlier, this would be the funniest story time on my channel, and I am sticking true to that. I'm gonna paint a picture for you. So, yesterday I was at home. Shocker. I don't know why I started out like that. We all know I don't leave this cave. Earlier in the day, he had been complaining that he had a headache and that he wasn't feeling well. He didn't have any Excedrin or ibuprofen or anything with him, so he just kind of had to push through it. And then after a while, he stopped talking about it, so I assumed that he was feeling better. Well, so later on that night, everything was fine and dandy. I was sitting at home waiting for him to get home. I was vibrating, I was buzzing, I was squirting all over the ceiling, and I was ready for him to come home so we could hang out because I have no human interaction. So my boyfriend coming home at the end of the day is the highlight of my day. And then a few minutes later, he's like, all right, I'm on my way home, but I don't feel good. That's not normal. Usually it's like, I'm on my way home, I love you. And then I'm like, okay, I love you. Please drive safely. Watch the raccoons when you get into the apartment complex because there are raccoons everywhere in this place. They're crawling on the fence. They're crawling on people's cars. They practically live in a dumpster. I'm pretty sure one gave birth in the dumpster last night, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So, I knew something was wrong. That never happens. And for him to tell me he's not feeling good, I know that he's not feeling good. So I'm sitting there and I'm noticing that he should be home by this point. It's a very routine thing. He texts me telling me he's on his way home. He gets home so and so minutes later. It's like clockwork. This time, we were about 10 minutes past when he should have been home. And I don't want to sound like I'm some crazy girlfriend who's like, you're 2 minutes past. Where the fuck are you? But it was enough time for me to be like, not like, where the fuck are you? Like, are you fucking some other bitch? More like, I'm worried about you. Like, you know, that's always in the back of my head. Guys, things happen all the time. People can get in car wrecks. People can get murdered. It's like, okay, there was enough time that had passed. I was like, okay, I just want to check on him and make sure that he's okay and nothing bad happened. So I called his phone and he didn't answer. That is alarming to me because he connects his phone to his car when he drives because he likes to play music. So there's no way for me to call him and he not know, like he not hear it or something like that because it's connected to his car. He has to know. So I called again. No answer. Okay, this is when I started freaking out because that's so weird. Okay, I get it. Something weird happened. You couldn't answer the first time. But 2 times in a row when I know you're in your car with your phone. Again, I sound like a crazy person. This had no malicious intent. I was just worried for his safety. Like I thought maybe he got hit by a car or something. So I started freaking out. 5 minutes later, I get a call from him and he sounds angry, like mad, like pissed off. So I'm like, hey, like just making sure you're okay. I didn't know what was going on. He was like, I'm pulling up now. I was like, oh God. I have been known to put him in a bad mood. But I was like, there's no way. What could I have done between him leaving work and sounding fine to him getting home and being pissed? I was like, God, what did I do? Nonetheless, I wasn't trying to make it about me. I noticed that he sounded upset. So instead of just unlocking the door like I normally would to let him in, I went outside and I was like, okay, I'll go meet him by his car, give him a kiss, make him feel warm and cozy and welcomed. I go outside and I don't see him, and he always parks in like the same area, so it's not like he would be in a different parking lot or on a different side of the complex or something like that. So I'm standing there and I don't see his car, and I'm like, that's so weird, because I heard on the phone him like punching the code into the gate and the gate opening. So I was like, I know he's here. So I look behind me. He's not walking from the other direction. I'm standing there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Did I take mushrooms on accident? Am I high and I just didn't remember that I smoked? Like, am I imagining things? I didn't know what was going on. So basically, I'll try to paint a picture for you. So I walk down the sidewalk. Okay, I'm walking down the sidewalk. This is the end of the sidewalk. And then all against that back thing, like a fence is back there, okay? That's where all the parking spots are. Then, to the right, there's a dumpster and a big van. And then in between that big van and a dumpster is a parking spot. Apparently that's where he was, but I couldn't see him and he had his lights turned off, so there was no trace of him in sight. So he starts pulling out of the spot. Now, this isn't weird because there have been times where he's parked in a certain spot and then moved and went to a different spot because, as I stated before, our apartment complex is infested with raccoons, okay? They're everywhere. It looks like Laura Lee after she rubs her mascara. I mean, they've got these big black circles around their eyes and they are frightening. I don't think they're feral. I don't think they would necessarily attack. However, they're large and their claws are literally the length of like nails you would buy from Home Depot. Like just very industrial and thick. So no one wants to mess with them. It's a joke around the neighborhood. Watch out for the raccoon. I didn't think anything of it. It's not uncommon for him to move parking spots because there is a rampant family of raccoons standing around his vehicle, circling it with their tongues out. It's not uncommon. It happens. Happens almost every day around these parts. I mean, I live in Louisiana, the home of Graveyard Girl, and what's the other one's name? Glitter Forever 69. I mean, they are not lying when they say there are alligators and raccoons everywhere. So I'm standing in the middle of the street. He's changing parking spots. I'm like, okay, I guess there was a raccoon over there. So gets at his new parking spot and he opens the door and I immediately notice a stench. There was a fat, thick cloud of just stench. Worse than my farts. And I'm known around this house as the worst farter, the stinkiest gal of them all. Well, what was coming out of his car was something that has never come out of me before. It smelled fucking vile. It smelled rotten. Like rotten, vile garbage from hell. So I'm like, what the fuck is that fucking smell? And he is undressing himself whilst handing me like his keys, his wallet, his phone, like all this stuff. He's like, I need you to go bring all of this inside. I'm like, what happened? And I was like, oh shit. He said his stomach was hurting and he felt like he was about to throw up. I was like, did you throw up all over your clothes? He was like, no, worse. And I was like, wait, what could be worse than that? And then I was like, oh my God. He shit himself. He shit himself in his car. So he's handing me all this stuff. I don't want to leave him because I don't know what he's about to do. Are you about to just get undressed and walk back naked to the apartment? Foreshadowing, by the way. So he hands me all of his stuff. He's like, go bring it inside. I'm like, no, like I'll stand right here. He's walking to the dumpster. So I know that his plan is to just throw the clothes away. So I'm holding this up. I was like, no, I'll wait for you. Go walk to the dumpster, throw your stuff away, and I'll just wait here. Now, I didn't realize that he was going to throw all of his clothes away. He's a very clean man. He's a germaphobe. Ever since I met him, every time before I suck his dick, he makes me wash my hands. I mean, he's very scared of germs. Me, I embrace it. I'll fucking vibrate my little ding-dong with this thing and then use it to brush my teeth an hour later. I don't care. And why do you think I never get sick? Because I expose myself to the germs. It's a strategy. So, I am watching him, and I can't see him because he is now ducked off behind this van. So all I see is just things flying over the fence into the dumpster. So I'm like, okay, he's clearly taking his clothes off. I thought maybe he had something with him that he would like wrap around his arse and genitals and cover himself while he walked back to the apartment. That was not the case. Next thing I know, Layton emerges from the darkness fully fucking naked. Like no clothes. No clothes on. Just shoes. Did he even have shoes? I don't remember. If at the most he had shoes on. That was it. No genital coverage. No arse coverage. I was like, there's no way. He's not going to run naked. He did. Naked through the apartment complex. I was just thinking to myself of someone like watching through their window with the blinds open, calling like the 24-hour apartment hotline and being like, yes, there's a young black male streaking naked through the apartment complex. Can you please get somebody over here? I mean, it was a sight to see. So at that point, we start running to the door, and I'm thinking to myself, good God Almighty, there could be someone walking their dog in the middle of the night. It wasn't that late. It was like 12:30, something like that. It wasn't that late. There could be someone walking their dog, someone walking their cat, someone mowing the lawn. You never know. People are weird. People love to do things at all times of day. So, luckily, we made it inside. No one saw us. We get into the apartment, and he's completely naked, and he had socks on. I do remember he had socks on. So, he takes off his socks, covered in shit. I'm like, how did you get shit on your socks? Your asshole is here and your feet are here. How in the hell did you get shit on your socks? He gave me the rundown. So remember when I walked out and I said that he was parked originally by the dumpster? The reason he was parked there was because he had already shit by that point. Remember when I said he sounded like he was mad on the phone? That was post shit. So that's what set him off. It wasn't me. He had shit himself at that point. So when he pulled into the complex and he parked by the dumpster, his plan was to get out and like pull down his pants and like invert his pants to just kind of like scoop all the shit out onto the ground. This is what got me. So he gets out of his car. He's trying to invert his pants so he can dump all the shit on the ground. In the process of that, stomach starts hurting again, just starts shitting on the ground. Like, just shitting, squirting shit onto the fucking ground, okay? Just squirting all over the place. I'm sure the raccoons had a lovely feast. I'm sure as soon as we left, they were lapping it up like little dogs. I mean, it was liquidy, and it was a lot. I could smell, that's what I smelled. That's what I smelled when I smelled that stuff coming from his car. It was a combination of his stinky shit socks, and then a few feet down, all the shit that the raccoons were lapping up from the dumpster. It was sick. So, in all of that, shit's on the ground. And then today, he texted me, because he didn't include this in the story. He texted me and was like, hey, by the way, that big van that was by the dumpster, whenever I pulled my pants down, I accidentally tripped on them, and my ass pushed up against that man's van, and my ass had shit on it, so now there's a shit print on his car. I was like, oh my God. So, long story short, to sum all of that up, in case for some reason you couldn't follow it, boyfriend had a stomach ache. Boyfriend came home, parked his car immediately, and had already shit himself by that point. Proceeded to get out of his car, try to scoop the shit out of his pants, ended up shitting more on the floor, switched parking spots. I walk outside, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, oh God, I've sharted all over my arse. Gives me his stuff, goes back to the dumpster, takes all of his clothes off, gets naked, runs to me, we run inside, proceeds to tell me the whole story, and I fucking lost it. And when I tell you, he took 2 showers. He took a shower last night, and he took one this morning. I was like, why are you taking another one? He's like, what do you mean? I shit myself last night. I want to make sure I don't have any feces all over my body. Truly a experience. Oh, the smell. That was just the worst fucking part. When I tell you, this apartment, when he walked in, smelled like a daycare. You know when, it doesn't matter, any daycare you walk into, it just smells like shit. It reeks of shit because there are kids all over, running around all over the place, shitting themselves. It was disgusting. Whole place reeked of fucking feces. It was something else. But you know what the worst part is? After all of that happened, I was like, I have a great story time for tomorrow. But I just want to make it clear, I did ask him permission to tell this story because I know you might think, oh, it's a little embarrassing. But you have to understand, my boyfriend is very supportive of my craft. And he knows that this is a good story time. He knows that's going to rake in the views. So he was like, go for it, baby. It's all yours. So just so you know, I did get permission. That's really all for that story time. Now that I've said it out loud, I don't know if it's that funny, but it was funny to me. So just wanted to share it. We're gonna go decorate my tree. The tree is currently in my trunk, so I'm gonna go get the trunk. I'm gonna go through the trunk. There's a box with the tree and there's a box with ornaments. So I'm probably gonna put up the tree and then put up some ornaments with you guys. And we'll call that a wrap for Vlogmas Day 13. I'm gonna go take a Juul break. I'm gonna go slam this Diet Coke so I can get some caffeine running through these tight little veins of mine. And I'll be right back. So tea, I have tea for you before we start unboxing that tree and decorating. I was under the impression all year that the tree was in my trunk of my car because last year my parents bought a new tree, so they gave us our old tree right there. Well, it wasn't in my trunk, so I nearly had a panic attack. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, did I give it back to them last year? Or did I put it somewhere else? So I thought, okay, maybe it's in the office closet. So I go to the office closet, it's not in there. So then I call Leighton. God, I'm out of breath. I was like, God, I promised I was gonna put up the tree and then I'm not gonna have even a tree to put up. So I called Leighton and I was like, where the fuck is the tree? I was under the impression that it's been in my car all year. He was like, you put it in the outside closet. So outside, there's a storage closet. And when I tell you that box has been in that closet for a year, and we don't go in that closet. That's the only thing besides the water heater that's in that closet. I'm so scared that there's gonna be like spiders or something in here. Like, the closet, I'm pretty sure it's sealed off. However, you never know. God, so I'm about to unbox this shit. I'm gonna put the tree up. We'll do some decorating. I'm hopeful, but there's no spiders. But I don't know for sure. I found this in there. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore. How funny though. Nothing inside. I was hoping maybe I would have hidden a gram of weed in there, but I was wrong. Okay, so far, no spiders or snakes. So I think we're in the clear, ladies. Okay, so there's this, and this, and this, and that's it. The heck? I'm missing the part where the tree goes. Fuck, Christmas is fucked. Christmas is fucked. I don't fucking have a fucking... Oh, God. So, not only do I not have a fucking base for the tree, my thermostat stopped working. Oh, man. What did I say yesterday, guys? Vlogmas day 13. It's unlucky. I knew something was going to happen. Now a couple things happened. Fuck. Deep breaths. It's okay. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm very frustrated. I haven't ended a Vlogmas frustrated yet, so it was bound to happen eventually. Alright. Bye. I love you so much. Bye.